Classic video, and it's great to be live with all of you here. A Rams Up and First and Tuna collaboration. How much fun is this, everyone? We'll talk about the Rams possibly, and oh my God, F them picks, trading for A.J. Brown, updates on free agent signings, any breaking news. We'll cover all that next on this Rams Up and First and Tuna collaboration episode here on YouTube Live. Hell yeah, everyone. Welcome to the Rams Up Podcast Network and the First and Tuna Podcast Network, as Tuna has got a great thing going on. And it's great to be here with all of you tuning in. It's great to be here with all of you maybe tuning in later and watching this video later in the day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, whenever that is. It's hot out here in LA as me and Tuna are out here. So we hope all you guys who are in Southern California are staying as cool as you can, because damn, I was burning driving home from the beach today. And how about you, Tuna?
Oh, God, not the beach. It's such a hard life. Yeah. I was in San Diego yesterday, so I'm a little red. But yeah, can't be SoCal weather. I'd rather be hot than digging snow. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, look, we pay all this high tax to everyone for days like today. Be honest about it. May get a little more brown. Tuna may get a little more brown, but that's all right. That's what we pay for instead of the cold ass weather. And if any of you are in cold weather, salute to you. I tip my cap as man. I spent some days out on the East Coast. There's some rough times out there. So power through it, everyone, if you can. But, I mean, dude, what an insane free agency beginning of this 2026 season. Happy new league year, I guess, to you, Tuna. And it's
Happy New Year. Sorry.
Is that crazy? Like, we're already here, man. After the depression of the NFC Championship loss, it wasn't that long ago. But here we are feeling good about the squad. I feel great. How about you?
I'm so excited. I was just telling Joe the other day, my co-host, Sheriff Joe Back, shout out to Ram Showcase. I am most excited about training camp, if I'm being honest. I can't wait. Last year, it was, I don't know how much you got to go to training camp. I mean, the atmosphere from the fans, like everyone knew it was all in, not all in, but Super Bowl or bust. And now you're adding more superstar talent. You get an MVP. Everyone's coming back for the most part. I can't wait to show up. I'm ready for first day of school. I'm ready.
I know it's around the corner, man. I'm going to try to get my butt out there. I didn't go last year because I had other obligations with family business, but I'll try to get some credentials somehow. Maybe you and I will figure that out, or I can squeeze in there somehow, which would be fun. And yeah, man, we're going to blink, and before you know it, we're going to be out there it's still at Loyola Marymount, right there.
I have not seen updates. I'm sure we'll see a PR tweet announcing everything pretty soon here, at least after the draft. But literally, the draft is around the corner, dude. It's the fact we're already in free agency. The Super Bowl feels like a lifetime ago already. I think it feels so long ago because when you're spending so much time angry and resentful towards your favorite team for not getting it done. So we're here.
Let's go. We made it, everyone. As again, thanks for tuning in here live. If you're with us on YouTube, we'll get through the comment section. We see it blowing up in the corner of my eye. And for anyone, again, who's watching it a little bit later, go ahead and comment on this video anyway, and we'll definitely read them, both Tuna and I. So, I mean, dude, I'm waking up, right, I'm at work, handling some family business, and then I'm getting blown up in my friend group chat and others like, A.J. Brown and the Rams are for real? And I was like, wait a damn minute. And look at Tuna. We saw the stuff earlier in the week or the month. The weeks blend together a little bit, where it was like, hey, Rams have interest, but they bailed out on it, right? Which I thought made sense. It made sense. But today we get that first tweet from Diana Rossini of The Athletic, formerly of ESPN. We'll pull up her tweet/post, whatever you want to call it, earlier. And she says, after serious conversations with both the Rams and Patriots, the Eagles will not trade A.J. Brown this time, according to multiple league sources. Both teams remain interested, but no move is imminent If a trade were to happen, it would likely heat up closer to June 1st. So I get sent that, and I was like, what's the hoopla, everyone? Yada, yada, yada. But then earlier I got caught up, and it was like, hey, New England and LA, they're making strong pushes. So this kind of up and down roller coaster with the A.J. Brown news, Tuna, had me thinking, holy crap, is it going to happen? F them picks again in the same season within the same, couple weeks. I was feeling good about it. Now, let's be real about it. Look, I'm a uniform maniac, so I had to get around Photoshop for shits and giggles out here.
That was fast.
I know. I got when I'm there, I had on my break, and I'm just like, what can I do with my finger Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator? Look at everyone. Would it be a lot of fun? Yes, but we'll get through the pros and cons because there's tons of them. So, I mean, Tuna, we talked a little bit before we jumped on here online with everyone else. I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you feel good and confident about Diana Rossini's reporting? I mean, let's talk about it, dude.
Oh man. Is there smoke there? I think they're interested, but I think that word interest is doing a lot of heavy lifting. I'll try not to go on too big of a tirade and bore everyone for 10 minutes straight. But yeah. I always, especially when it comes from Diana Rossini, and I do mean it with all due respect. Like, you are part of the athletic, you're top of the food chain of the insiders of that group. But fans need to remember that they wear multiple hats. There's a difference between journalist and insider. Tweets like this isn't journalism. This plays a role for somebody. Like, who's she speaking for? Is it Philly? Is it AJ Brown? Is it Les Snead?
Yeah.
Or Philly? I think
honestly
are a lot more like actually have a big offer on the table. Maybe it's not quite what Philly wants. And so what do you do? Hey, let's go leak some info to our insider. We'll know she'll pump it. At this point, you can kind of look at her as like, I don't know, is she what's the Eagles GM's name? Howie? Is she agent? So if AJ Brown's price goes up and they trade him for more after Diana Rossini's tweets, I think she deserves a cut. You should give her a percent.
I mean, probably, yes.
Yeah, but that final tweet of like, oh, nothing's happening yet. To me, that's like, oh, the PR stunt didn't work, so they're just gonna table it until maybe after the draft. Would it be great for the Rams? Dude, absolutely, but I don't think it's worth pick 13, or like some content creators are saying, trade Puka to Philly, or they want Jared Verse. I think that's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
that's
insane.
Crazy to me. Crazy to me. Crazy. What do you think?
Yeah, look, okay. Outside of my obsession with uniforms and good players in our Rams gear, I think realistically, let's back up for a second and say, okay, is this crazy? And if you just peel the curtain back to last year, everyone, and Tuna remembers this for sure. So Rams get Devontae Adams. Rams signed Tutu Atwell to starter money as well, right? Maybe not 20 plus million like Devontae. Have Puka already. So you're thinking, okay, there's the 1, 2, 3, and 11 personnel. Makes total sense. And obviously Tutu didn't work out. We'll talk about him going to Miami a little bit later. But to Diana Rossini's reporting of last year, whether you believe it or not, at first I was kind of like, what? That the Rams are trying to trade up for T-Mac, Tetairoa McMillan, who ended up going to the Carolina Panthers and winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. So if we take that at face value and believe that reporting, which I think why lie about that? Maybe your Eagles point about her, maybe, getting an under the table paycheck, quote unquote, makes more sense, right?
That's the joke. That part's a joke.
No, I know. Of course. But
Janet, don't sue me. I'm sorry.
She's used to dealing with people saying worse shit than you and I right now. But if we believe that reporting last year, again, one more time for everyone, that Rams were trying to trade up and get T-Mac, Tetairoa McMillan, who went to the Carolina Panthers and won Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Rams were trying to quadruple dip into the wide receiver group, right? Could you imagine how that would have worked? I mean, I'm sure they would have maybe figured out a way. Maybe Tutu would have never played anyway, which is probably the case. But that was before any games were played, everyone. This is before OTAs and minicamp and training camp, and the Rams wanted 4 starting receivers. So to hear that the Rams, if we believe it, or face value, were and maybe still are trying to get A.J. Brown, I'm not shocked at all, based on what we've learned from this time last year. Does that make sense, Tuna?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of smoke there to where like they're not content. They're not going to sit here and be like, all right, cool. Like we've got our guys. Like wide receivers perform really well. Yeah. So we'll just carry that into the next season because that's just not how football works. Like you have to change and adapt. Just because you're an MVP one year doesn't mean, oh, he's immediately going to just become an MVP again this year. Guys get better or guys get worse, depending on what's around you. The difference is we're talking about rookies and drafting. Like, we're not talking about taking on another superstar salary, another, proven wide receiver one. As much as people want to label him a diva, this and that, I'm quicker to label Nick Sirianni as a diva and drama before I am AJ Brown. Like, it's a wide receiver one. Like, you're gonna come with some of that. Devontae had that label too. Everyone loves him like he's Unk. Like, it's fine.
I know, dude. The Eagles got a lot of weird vibes over there, man. I got two of my best buds. They're Eagles guys. Our entire lives, our entire lives, plural. But there's no debating that. It's like Howie and who's the owner's name? I always blank on him. He's a good owner. He's legit. They run the show, and look at, man, they've replaced coaches nonstop since we've been alive, pretty much. I know Andy Reid had a good run, but they'll can guys, man. So, like, who's really running the show? It's Howie Roseman, if we're being honest, and then the owner, and then the head coach, and maybe Big Dom, their security guard on the sideline, which is kind of cool and funny. Like, that's how Philadelphia is that, you know. But so to your point about like AJ Brown, diva this, diva that. Now, is it good that he's reading a book on the sideline and doing all that? No. Is it good that maybe him and Nick Sirianni are beefing, yelling at each other on the sideline? It's football. We've played. We know shit gets crazy and tense. Do I take that as like, oh my God, oh my God? I really don't, truthfully. It depends what's being said. But look, out of all the teams, everyone that could make this thing work, the Rams would be the top of the list. If everyone's worried about AJ Brown being a diva or being a troublemaker, and let's be honest about it, he's not doing dumbass things off the field. He's not, unless there's stuff I don't know about and I'm just oblivious to.
It's just he's a little kooky. He just does weird stuff, like funny. Yeah. Like, I think the book thing is funny. It's all that, but I want to go back to the draft last year. You're not wrong. Like, they 100% were trying to trade up.
Yeah.
They wanted a few guys. They wanted Tet. They wanted Omarion Hampton. They wanted Matthew Golden. The way the Rams do things, and everyone thinks they're locked in, like, nope, it's this guy or nothing. Like, gotta have their guy. They want the best available. Like, they go in like, okay, if we can get A, B, or C option, we love all these. And if not, plan D is a trade back.
Yeah.
And I think people forget that the Rams are willing to go into training camp with one idea and willing to be wrong and be like, okay, like maybe Terrence Ferguson ain't ready. Maybe we do go 11 personnel. And then 6 weeks in, like, oh shit, Adams is out. Puka's a little hurt. What if we roll out 3 tight ends? Shit. And Stafford's throwing 5 touchdowns in 13 personnel in Europe. So let's just keep rolling with it. McVay's willing to be wrong. But I 1,000%, I think they're willing to like make a trade to get someone. I just don't think it's pick 13.
Okay. Let me ask you then, what do you think? Okay, let's just go down this road, everyone, and let's get to some comments before we go deeper into the subject. As I mean, hey, shout out to everyone who was patient with us earlier. We had some technical difficulties, so if you were like, "Hey, are these guys going live?" Yeah, we made it. We made it. And Moadib, right, who's usually on your guys' stream or your stream, excuse me, Rams Country. Let's ride.
That's right.
Great. Let's fucking go. Yep.
Moadib is our unofficial meme creator. That's our guy.
Hell yeah. And then we got here Jimmy's Place, a dynamic duo on the same podcast show. Yep, we got to link up more often, man. Our Rams content world, or content creator world, excuse me, is not this massive 100 people or 100 different channel pool like other fan bases, right? That's just the truth, which is okay. There's room for all of us to grow together and kick ass, and we all have our own unique personalities. So you like me, you like Tuna, you like Mark's personality, you like Jake, you like Peo, Showcase, Rams House, whoever else I'm blanking on, apologies. We're a small community, and hopefully you support all of us, and I hope you do. Subscribe, like, share, all that stuff, audio or YouTube. So thank you, Jimmy's. And then we got here Kamal Covey. He says, AJ will be a great receiver, but cap-wise and costing 13 or next year first feels like too much. Attitude, I think, can be fixed. Yeah, I agree with the attitude for sure. Like, out of all the places, like we said a little bit earlier, no doubt about it, Sean and this crew will get him going. You don't think he would be happy to be here after, subliminally hating on Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, the football player, for the last handful of years? I agree. I think that would work too. And then we'll get to some other comments about other stuff. And then we got here. We got Annabelle so self-labor there, right? With small writing there. Don't trade for AJ. He's not a high character player and he's expensive. Draft Makai Lemon, who is very talented. I can't, hate on that idea for sure. Shout out to you, Peo. What a collab, legends. You're a legend too, bro. We saw
Hey.
your stream the other day between you, Rams House, and Joe, Sheriff Joe.
Yeah, I
So
owe you a fruit basket for subbing in for me.
and then we got Mo Deeb. He's in Riverside. Shout out, I got some family out there. Yep, it's hot in Riverside. In Compton, but I moved to Riverside. Nice.
He doesn't even know where Compton is. Don't listen to him.
And then we got shout out to Jimmy's Place with the super. Thank you for that. So we'll get to this immediately. Scale of 1 to 10 chances of signing, or I assume maybe training or trading for AJ Brown. I'll let you go first, Tuna. What do you think, dude? What are the chances? I guess 1 through 10.
Yeah, so I mean, let's play devil's advocate. Like, what if they do it? Like, what if they decide, fuck it? Like, seriously, fuck them picks. Pick 13. I know Annabelle said go get Lemon. It doesn't matter how good we think someone is or could be or should be. Will they? Like, we don't know that translation from college to the pros. It's always a crapshoot, even with the Rams. Like, the Rams got Terrence Ferguson, and he felt like he never played. AJ Brown, you know what you're getting. You know he's a wide receiver 1. I don't know what the cap hit would be this year. I do think even if they trade something high for him, I mean, you run the potential of, is that a 1-year flyer? Do they re-sign him next year? Is he the ultimate, like, is he possibly the perfect Devontae Adams fallback? Because how long is Devontae going to go for? If they do win a ring this year, is he out the door with Stafford? And I know Ted was I think his last name's Nguyen. He reported talking about what if Adams gets hurt again? Because I don't think Adams was 100% in the playoffs. A hamstring at over 30.
Yeah.
Is it not a problem no more? It's something that we do have to worry about. So wide receiver 3, do they address it that way? Trading, I think it's like 50-50. I'm gonna give it a 5, like a lukewarm 5. Lukewarm.
Yeah, I agree. The 50-50 is the number 5. So I mean, Jimmy, that's what I would say as well. Like, if it doesn't happen, okay, I'm not shedding blue and yellow tears about it, right? If it does, I'm like, all right, let's go. It's Super Bowl or bust, which it has been already since last year anyway, right? I mean, that's just the standard that we are lucky to live in with this Rams team led by all the Rams leadership, Kroenke family, Tony, Kevin, Sean, Les, everyone else I'm forgetting about. Apologies. But I mean, yeah, I'd say a 5 out of 10 just because to the conspiracy of are they just fluffing this to make New England bite? Is it probable? Maybe. Are Rams legitimately interested knowing their history? Also probably. So
yeah, a lot of things.
5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 on that. So thanks for the super on that, dude. And then we go down the list here. I know. Thanks for everyone commenting on this. Brown Tuna. Yep. We'll get Brown together, man, for sure.
I just turned red. I can't get Brown. I don't bake.
That's cool. You just need a couple more brews in you, and then it'll balance it all out, And then so let's go down the list here. Yep. Shout out. Yep. So we'll get to some other ones as we get to that. And then, Peo, AJ Brown as a wide receiver 3, not impossible as we detailed about how Rams are trying to get 4 receivers last year. Crazy. And then
OBJ was what was he? Wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 at that point?
It's
like this. Crazy.
Oh, shout out to Rams House. If you aren't used to seeing his live streams with Peo and others, make sure you tune into his goods. What's up, player? How you doing? Again, Rams House. Make sure you check out his channel. Support all Rams content creators, of course. I'm just going down the comments here, make sure. And then shout out to you, Modib, as I couldn't. Let's see here. There we go. Jeffrey Lurie. I couldn't think of the Eagles owner earlier, so thanks for commenting that. I was trying to think. And then shout out to you, Steve. I see your comment as well, saying Jeffrey Lurie, owner of the Eagles. But I mean, look at to you, ESG 8052. AJ Brown wants the damn ball, and like we alluded to a little bit earlier as well, Jalen Hurts. And look at everyone, you got to give a lot of credit to Tuna here. He watches the All 22. A lot of these national media reporters. I'm not trying to call any individual out. There are plenty that do watch the All 22 film, not NFL YouTube highlights or listening to other analysts and kind of getting opinions based off all of that. Yeah. The real story to how good or how great or how poor or how bad or mediocre a player is looking at the All 22 when you have the eagle eye view to see the full picture of offensive play and defensive play, binding and fighting each other at the same time, right? And Jalen Hurts, everyone, is not a top 10 quarterback. I don't even think he's top 15. I really, really don't, based on his consistent play. I really, really don't. So to your point of like AJ Brown wants the damn ball, yeah, I'm sure he's tired of having Jalen Hurts just be mediocre more days than not. And look, can you believe reports out of other insiders that AJ Brown is kind of voicing the opinion of the Eagles locker room? Sure. Is probably some of that true? Probably. Is some of that maybe a little false to kind of build up a storyline for clicks and other stuff? Maybe. Yeah. I think the film doesn't lie. I'm sure he's pissed watching the film every week, AJ Brown. He's like, dude, get me the damn ball. Why are we running this basic ass spread offense? Let's be real, everyone. They're running hitches, they're running go routes, they're running quick slants, and maybe an occasional deep in or dig route that we do. I mean, Tuna, am I lying on that? That's all they do.
What's his name? There's a content creator, I think it was on TikTok, where he was like, another week of Eagles football. Let's go look at the game plan. Deep ball to AJ Brown, up the middle to Saquon. Like that's really all they do. But AJ Brown's a good wide receiver. I think the news and the drama of it overshadows everything. I mean, he's a big part why they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And a wide receiver not performing well, Jalen Hurts not performing well, I think that does speak more volume of the OC situation. I don't think Nick Sirianni is the captain of the ship to do all things the same way McVay can do, because he doesn't call plays. He doesn't call the defense. He's more of that like Harbaugh type guy where he's more of an executive. He's a CEO type coach.
Yeah.
But once your job as a CEO is to keep all these personalities corralled, and once that's getting out of control, what is your job at that point? Like, you're not the general manager. You're not calling plays. Not to belittle a head coach who won a Super Bowl, but it does seem like when there's both sides going at each other and everyone's got their little leaks here and there, Diana Rossini here, Ian Rappaport there's some truth to it. Like, clearly something's not right in the locker room. And if you're at a point where you're having one of the biggest insiders leak, like, oh, hey, you know what, man? Like, let me put this in layman's terms. Diana Rossini is knocking on everyone's window, talking, hey, just to let you know, man, Les Snead is calling Howie Roseman at like 2 a.m. He's like, please give me AJ Brown. What does that tell you? That sounds like you're trying to make the other girlfriend jealous in New England to raise the ante. And that's really what it sounds
that way. It does.
But like you were saying, a lot of things are true where, hey, maybe there's things not right at home. They're looking for a new relationship, and they're starting their dating profile. They're not actively dating yet, but the profile's out there, and the people are starting to swipe on it. That's where they're at. But AJ Brown's very good. In a perfect world, if it was just Puka on the roster, I'd be elated. I'm like, that's a perfect wide receiver too. Like, that's an unstoppable duo. But you got Tay here, so you got to think about that as well.
And I get it. Like ESG, you say, Howie Roseman has a reputation for fleecing teams. And I mean, I think, yes, Les Snead deserves criticism for the the trading of players away from the Rams, sending them away for compensation hasn't been great. So I get that worry. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think this trade is going to happen if you had to make me bet money on it. But you never know, again, because of where the Rams are in, based on the history of last year's draft and signing guys, and just the melting of the Eagles, AJ Brown / Jalen Hurts / a new offensive coordinator every year. And you know what? Let me pull up this tweet here. I don't have it here to pull up to show with you guys on YouTube, but I do have it liked. Shout out to Rams superfan / we'll call him a content creator as well. Let me make sure I get Hawkeye Ram for life. I'm sure many of you know who that is. Otto.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great tweet earlier. I was like, this is such a great connection. And he says, I'll just read it aloud again. Apologies, I don't have it here to show with you guys. Again, Hawkeye Ram for life, his handle on Twitter X. I'm sure many of you already follow him. He's a super Rams fan. He likes the Iowa Hawkeyes too. And shout out to all his good content to enjoy, just like this tweet. So, okay. A Rams and Eagles AJ Brown connection, he says. In 2023, AJ Brown caught 106 passes for 1,456 yards and 7 touchdowns. Ever since then, his stats have dropped off, which is true. And he says, Otto, who was his OC in Philadelphia in 2023? Brian Johnson. And then he was fired the year after. Sean McVay just brought Brian Johnson onto the coaching staff, and I'm sure he would have a very good idea of what AJ Brown would bring to the team. And he says, oh boy. So just like Jimmy Lake, everyone, probably slamming the damn table to say F them picks, Les. Get Trent McDuffie, who I coached in college and I recruited. I'm sure Brian Johnson is doing a similar slamming of the table, F them picks to Les Snead and Rams leadership, saying, if AJ Brown is a possibility, let's get him. And again, these interconnections, former coaches, former head coaches coaching good star players, backwards, whoever, like this stuff matters, everyone. So that was a great point that I saw earlier that makes this even more plausible than just a smokescreen, Tuna. So, I mean, your thoughts on the Brian Johnson connection, that's a really good point that Otto made there.
It does. It's a strong string to pull. I usually dislike when people like the Kyler Murray thing. People are like, well, Cliff is here. He clearly worked with Kyler and loved him. It's like, did he? I mean, he did get fired from Arizona. Yeah. How much does it fit? I think it's more of the fit first. Yeah. And then is there more, additional attention because of a coach? And absolutely. The same way with the like, oh, hey, would the Rams do well with Sonny Styles, any of the Ohio State guys, because they have an Ohio State DB coach on staff now. Those things are true. Like if Guy Fitz and you know him, you got firsthand knowledge on like, hey, okay, what's the real deal? Is AJ Brown a head case? Like, is he going the TO route where he's got a bunch of stuff going on and doing crunchies in his front yard? Or are the Eagles just being the Eagles? And you got to save this guy out of there. It could be that. It could legitimately be an OBJ situation where everybody thought OBJ was cancerous and toxic. And it turned out like, no, he's a little kooky because he is a starting NFL wide receiver. You can't meet one NFL wide receiver. Look at Puka. You mean tell me Puka is a perfect citizen? He got no drama, nothing going on with him. Devontae Adams was labeled the same way. Some guys just need a fresh start. So I love that Otto pulled that, man. Like that's a deep dive. Like that's real fandom right there. That's great.
That's good. Fantastic. And again, that makes this more real than probably we all thought for the entire morning and going into this afternoon. So, I mean, okay, one more time, everyone, for the sanity of my my fun bootleg edits. I mean, look, let's be real. And what would you give up to see this man in Rams blue and yellow, Tuna? What would you give up to see this come to life, number 11, rocking the horns? Realistic, right? We won't go, oh, F it, do this, F that, F that pick, F that pick. What would you do realistically to get this man to be part of the receiving corps, honestly?
Damn. If 13's on the table, I think it'd have to be like realistically, send him pick 93, which is a third.
Yeah.
And send a second from next year. Like, I'm sorry, a third and a second for a wide receiver. And you're probably maybe a player. Like, do they want a tight end? Like the Rams got 18 tight ends.
I mean, no kidding.
Do you want Brian out? Do you want Davis Allen? I think you can do well with a collage of day 2 picks or a day 1 pick next year. But you're going to get a pick back as well. Unless Howie Roseman legitimately is just the big bad bully in the NFL and nobody can get anything out of him. We'll see. Because Les Snead, like I said, man, he loves giving additional picks. Like, hey, here's Christian Roseboom and a 5th.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Here you go, Carolina. Realistically, a third and next year second.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of that
crazy.
Too, even for who was it earlier this year that there was trade stuff going on? Not Trent McDuffie, someone else. It'll come to me later. So be it. But like the Von Miller deal, everyone, back in 2021. Yes, that was more trade deadline instead of pre-draft, where there's more time to kind of hash out details to get more for the Eagle side, right? But he has a big contract similar to what Von Miller had at that time. And then, hey, a second and a third are valuable, man. Like, people forget. Everyone just likes to hold the diamond to the first round pick, which is true. They are where you find future Hall of Famers like an Aaron Donald and other players who have kicked ass for this team over the years. Yes. But let's not forget there are great players in rounds 2 and 3. Now maybe the Rams have done better in round 3 and later than round 2. So maybe because of that, yeah, give up round 2 and a third. And I think if they were to give up a first round pick, I would try to hold on to pick 13, because when the hell are they ever going to have a top 15 pick again, Tuna? If things go well for as long as Sean McVay's here, which we hope is forever and ever. I'm kidding, but being real a little bit. Give them next year's first. You want to go 2027 first because we're hoping to be pick 32? Then I think that I have no problem with that, truthfully. Now, again, you could argue, no, Ian, it's a first round pick. It's a first round pick. But how many times have you read, heard, whether it be from me, Tuna, other NFL people, where it's like, hey, that last 5-ish selections of round 1 is closer to second round talent than it is first round talent. And think about in years past where the Rams did finish 30th when they lost to the Patriots, they traded back, right? Why not just move back an extra 10, 15 slots and get maybe an additional second, an additional third, or additional fourth, or whatever the combination is. So if it's next year's first, Tuna, 2027 first with the hope of being pick 32, you send that shit to the Eagles, and I don't even think you blink twice about it. But this year's with the 13th overall, I got to hold on to that, truthfully. I'm not okay with giving that up. I'm not.
And not so much. I look at rounds for the draft pick a little bit differently. It's just a currency, what it costs. Like, it doesn't, just because you're picked 13 doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, yep, that guy's a starter, immediate, everything. It doesn't. It just happens to be where you had to take the player. Like, look at Puka. Puka was a 5th rounder. Both of the Rams tackles. AJ was undrafted.
Yeah, Kyron 5th, right? Shoot.
Kyron 5th. Warren McClendon was a 5th rounder. And, he's going to be. He's about to get an extension.
I know.
It's insane, and we could sit here and play. I know some people in the comments talking about, we got to trade for Burrow in the next few years, which is a rumor I love to dabble in.
Very, very likely based on the trajectory both teams are on. But
he's honest, that or a one that I will throw out there based on how they do this year. Justin Herbert, he is, the quintessential Matthew Stafford of this era right now. Like, he's finally got a good coach, but keep getting his ass whooped a bunch, and I won't want to be in that side of LA for much longer either.
Yeah.
But you look at all the first round picks, like, we love them so much. Jared Verse, Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, Greg Robinson, AD is a anomaly. You can't count that.
Yeah. Brockers,
Tavon Austin, Alec Ogletree, Robert Quinn.
Yep.
So it's a mix. It's like, how many of these guys are, Hall of Famers, and how many of these guys are like very good players or okay players. It's a crapshoot. If I'm the Rams, if I'm Les Snead, honestly, add some more depth in free agency that you can afford. Trade back from 13 to like mid-20s. Go get Omar Cooper Jr. And then they got a big gap between pick 93 till the 7th round. I think you need 1 or 2 in there. So I think there's a lot of work to be done in the draft still.
Yeah, look, is there a possibility, and as you're just saying all this, and I'm thinking in my head, everyone, for trade possibilities? Again, I personally want to keep this round 1. Do they do a pick swap, right? Do we get the Eagles first round pick, and then they get pick 13, so we don't have to give up a future first, and we do stuff like that, and then we can use that to trade back? There's so many ways this could go, right? It's 2 of the best GMs in the league. You don't think they're trying to figure out every path possible? And of course, Les Snead works with Tony Pastor and Kevin and Sean. It's not just Les on the phone like a maniac, but I'm sure he still is anyway, right? F them picks, who cares? But I would be comfortable with that, depending on other compensation, right, that we could get back, maybe acquire more of those later picks that we lost.
Yeah.
Again, 50-50 chances happens, everyone. But again, one more time for you. Who would be mad to see this big-ass, insanely freakish receiver be a part of the Rams wearing yellow and blue? We don't think he would be a problem. I really don't, everyone. And I get it. One more time, and we'll end on this, and I'll let you get your thoughts too. I'll end on this myself. Excuse me. Yes, the character stuff is a little wacky. OBJ Giants was a little wacky. People say Cleveland, yada, yada, yada. Not a soul had a bad thing to say about Odell Beckham for his 2 months with the Rams, right? And again, you can say, he wasn't there that long, but everyone loved him. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens? When you're in a place where football is fun, like Baker said, like OBJ, Von Miller said, it's football heaven here. and other free. Jalen Watson wanted to be a Ram. We'll get to him in a little bit. McDuffie said, "Thank God I ended up here," et cetera, et cetera. I think AJ Brown would be just fine and a model citizen in Rams blue and yellow. So if it happens, I'll embrace it. Hopefully the pick compensation is for a future first, not pick 13. But I mean, your closing thoughts on the AJ Brown craziness.
I'm as a fan, I'm just imagining going to the first SoFi game, whenever the first home game is. And if they roll out an 11 personnel, like, I'm sorry. If you got to light up against AJ Brown, Puka Nacua, and Tay, and not to mention the rest of the offense, like whatever they have at tight end in that play, that's kind of fucked up to go against. Like, that's kind of cheating. And it reminds me of the NBA. Like, does Goodell step in and negate the trade? Like, no, you're not getting Chris Paul. Knock that off. You can't do that.
I know that's still grinds my gears as a Lakers guy.
I gotta, as a Celtics fan, I love throwing shit.
I know. Well, we'll share our Rams blue and yellow. We'll unite on that. But damn it, Lakers are a mess right now anyway. But I mean, look, shout out to me Moreno 9. He says, Robert Woods too. No drama for that man. Yep. You think he's gonna take AJ Brown shit? No. And do I think AJ Brown would give Robert Woods shit? I don't think so. And you don't think Eric Yarber and not Shieldhouse, Calabrese, it would work, everyone. It would work. I really, really believe that. And then is there any other comments I'm missing here talking about AJ Brown before we move on? Shout out to Ray. He says, yeah, third and second would be great. I agree, but that's probably very, very unlikely. Right. Let's be honest about it. And I mean, hey, King Cash says Adams will be gone after this year. Do you draft replacement or trade for Brown to replace him? Good point. Yeah. I mean, AJ could be the next couple years into, his 29, 30, 31 year. And he's a freak in nature. I don't think he'll crash and burn like other receivers. It may be a slow decline, but, with the cap going up, his cap hit won't be so enormous. But, I mean, we'll worry about that if he ends up on the team, I suppose. But that's a good point there. I didn't even think about that. Shoot. And then what else we got here so I don't miss anybody else? Yeah. ESG8052 says, yeah, we get AJ. We'll be celebrating in February. Well, it feels that way, to be honest. And then, Moadib says, I don't know. Puga is acting up. He's just filming himself too much. I mean, look, we've all done a lot of dumb shit in our lives younger. Just don't film it. Just don't film it, bro. You don't got to film it. So Puga's, as long as he's not getting arrested doing dumb things, which I guess he's done a couple of things with the streaming stuff. Back. I will say that. Let me correct myself, but we'll see. I think it'll be fine. And then Jimmy's says, I know who would check AJ. He a big boy, Devontae. Yeah, Devontae would press him. He's a Bay Area man, bro. I mean, absolutely. And look, again, Calabrese, Yarber, all of them. I don't think it would be a problem. And then Jimmy also says, shout out for another super. We could have used AJ this year and trade him next year. I mean, yeah, that's very much a possibility as well. Honestly,
the stopgap of everything is who's going to check him. The answer is Sean McVay, Eric Yarber. I don't, we're not talking about fist fights, but if you want to fist fight in the locker room, there's a handful of guys that I will take over AJ Brown in that locker room. Namely, Jared Verse is probably itching to fight somebody. But if you're going to disrespect Eric Yarber, you're not going to be on this team very long, anyways. So not worried about it at all.
Yeah, me either. I really am not. And again, I know the Eagles stuff hasn't been clean, but neither was OBJ's Giant days and Cleveland days. And not a soul in the Rams building who were there and who have gone have anything to say negatively about Odell Beckham, the person, the character, let alone baller he was for the team. So, I mean, hey, shout out to you, Rams House. Appreciate you for your comment earlier. Thank you very much on that. I just want to highlight that. And then where is his other comment here? I lost it. Apologies. What did he say here about Cooper Kupp?
He said K-Dot, though. Yeah, K-Dot would I'd take K-Dot in a fight over anybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at all our big boy linemen. Again, AJ's not going to be a problem here if he ends up here, everyone. You got to just highlight that, and I think that's the case. But, I mean, let's move on, everyone. Appreciate everyone tuning on the AJ Brown craziness. And just one more time, if you're on YouTube, number 11, blue and yellow, how fun that would be. That jacked, insanely physical wide receiver who bullied our corners last year single-handedly on stop routes and curl routes, right? My point of a high school offense that Rams House also says the Eagles ran. We got bullied by him running a high school offense. What would he be like in a big offense? So I
Oh
mean,
my god, I'm seeing the comments. Corn Doggy, get out of here. Corn Doggy is a Seahawks fan, by the way. The talented artist that is known as Corn Doggy.
hell, this is stuff Super Bowl champion Anthony
Oh my
Bradford.
god.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Seahawks games are always tight and close, so I mean, we'll see what happens. But I mean, moving on here, yes, everyone, the free agent class, it looks like it's kind of over for all the big boy names for the Rams. There weren't that many holes. It was obviously Trent McDuffie getting in. I mean, so Tuna, let me ask you this. I know we've covered it on our own channel separately a bunch over this last week and however long it's been. But to McDuffie here, let me ask you this. Do you think they're going to want him to primarily play on the outside, or do you think they're going to say, F it? Every week's going to be different, slot, outside, this, that. Do you think they're going to do that, or they're going to keep on the boundary because that is the weakness, and Quentin Lake is that big nickel star, slot corner, whatever you want to call it? What do you think it's going to be for him? Let me ask you that.
Man, I wish I knew what Jimmy Lake is going to want to do, because that's a big factor. It's more Jimmy Lake.
Yeah.
I have to look at if he has any tendencies from anywhere he's been in the past, any influences he's had, or articles the beat writers have written about, like what he's brought to the table and changed. But I think when you bring in McDuffie, when you bring in Watson, you get rid of Aubrey Pleasant. The goal is they want to implement more man. Whatever was working last year and previously, they just feel it's very passive. It's not aggressive. Like it's not matching the front seven at all.
Yeah.
It's a completely different philosophy. So if anything, this is a big testament to the Rams culture. Of any other place, they'd be bad mouthing Pleasant. The news would be going crazy. Like, oh, McVay's throwing the DB coach under the bus, and they let go, like Kobe Durant not coming back. McCrary's gone. Like, everyone's out the door. Kello might not get re-signed. But here for the Rams, it's no, Aubrey Pleasant is looking at DC jobs. And these guys, you know what? They just upgraded. There's not bad mouthing except from, some fans. It's a testament to the culture. And so what that culture shift is going to be is more aggressive on defense in the secondary. Watson and McDuffie both press. They can bump and run. So that way you can blitz more. You can disguise like you should be, and not just disguise and go back to cover 3 like they were, the entire year, playing off coverage. So I think you're going to get a healthy mix. It's going to test how much can Cam Curl and Quentin Lake really be those chess pieces like we saw Seattle use with Emin Worry. That's the thing. It's not so much like what those two guys can do, because we've seen how Spags use them in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I think the pressure is on Lake and Curl and Kinchins. Like, all right, cool. Like, we're bringing these guys in. These are top dollar. These guys are not cheap. Step your fucking game up. Be those wild cards. Play in the box. Play deep. Rotate it all around. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are like just 80% outside, 20% in the box, and just wild shit happening everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. And then if you're on YouTube, you can see, Trent McDuffie in the hopeful new Rams uniforms in a month, which fingers crossed, it look as good as these. Shoot, shout out to Franco Creates, and then I guess my Adobe Illustrator Photoshop Jimmy rigging to make it a white uniform too. Again, I may be a little upset, sorry. But whether he's 22, 21, number 2, whatever number he picks, or he pays off Blake Corum, and he's got enough money for it, by the way. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Does he pay for McCullough to give up 2 so Blake can go to 2 and then he could take 22? I mean, there's a lot of money floating around, so we'll find out eventually what that will be. But to your point of him moving around, and even Jalen Watson in my bootleg edit of him in a Rams uniform here on YouTube, I think the chess pieces I agree with completely, Tuna. And then shout out to Rams House also tuning in. He also says, hey, I see McDuffie moving inside and out every week. Watson stays outside, which I think is probably the most likely scenario. Again, if you're tuning in, everyone, subscribe and watch Ram House's content, as he'll be collaborating with all of us as well over the months and years to come. And he also says, I think Trent has played his best in the slot, which, hey, watching the film, I kind of have to agree too. I mean, we'll get your thoughts on that as well, Tuna. But the Rams didn't pay him that much to just stay inside. So, I mean, to your point, they're going to move him a bunch. And did you feel like he played better in the slot, Tuna, Trent McDuffie?
He has some of his brightest moments last year in the slot, but it's not to say that like his drop off was bad on the perimeter. I know people point to his size. I know there was a few tweets talking about, Rams pay top dollar for a slot corner. Yeah. Okay. I don't really care where you line up. Like, what if he's a slot guy, but it's a condensed formation and they're in a bunch formation? I kind of want my guy to be really good inside the box. Or what if it's a run play?
Mhm.
What is he going to be, a complete liability? Like, no, Trent McDuffie is a complete player. He can
Yeah.
go anywhere you need him to go. Is he going to be 100% on the perimeter? Probably not. It's not why
Yeah.
you brought him here.
Yeah.
You brought them both here because I think that's intentional, not just because they're available. I think it's fortuitous they're available.
Yeah.
But your idea is I want guys I can mix and match wherever they need to go to travel, or if they need to just bump inside, bump out, and that have played together. Because like there's a brain drain from the Spags defense now of like, okay, cool. If we implement some new shit, like they're gonna have they're kind of coaches on the field. We're like, no. We used to do things this way, and it worked for us in Kansas City. It works for this system if you want to do it, Coach Shula. That's invaluable. Like, if anything, that's what you kind of paid him for as well.
Yeah.
And from a cap space situation, you paid McDuffie now because there's a few other corners that are going to get paid this year. Like, McDuffie's not going to be the highest paid for like maybe the next 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
He's going to be top 5 only by the time the season goes along.
Yeah, I mean, to point out a tweet from earlier that we both have covered from Adam Grossbart about McDuffie and Jalen Watson kind of sharing their celebration, being like, "Hey, we're back together, man. We'll see blue and yellow soon, everyone. That'll be fun." So, I mean, to the grander point of how it's going to work, I mean, yeah, everyone, press man, blitzing is going to be more prominent, more disguises because they're athletic enough, to jump to the different coverages. I mean, let me ask you this, Tuna. I know you cranked the film, and I know you have an answer to it without, going forward with my question, but I'll ask it anyway. How much did it piss you off to see how much? And I know people say the Rams ran a lot of cover 3. I think people are getting that wrong. I think they ran a lot of cover 6 because people see 3 people deep. And yes, that is 3 people deep. That doesn't mean it's cover 3. So cover 3, everyone, I'll just keep it brief and short. You split the field up into 3 different parts. There's someone deep on the left part, the middle part, and the right part. Okay. If you build, cover 6 would be a similar concept, but you're squishing 2 of them on one half of the field and the entire other half by themselves. So 3 people deep, 2 on one half, one guy by himself on the other. The Rams did a ton of that. So I see the stats where it's like cover 3. I'm like, I don't think so watching the film. So I'll end on this and I'll get your thoughts on this. When the Rams did go man-to-man, they would go combo coverage where they go half the field would be cover 6, the other would be man. And maybe you see D. Will do that. Maybe you see Emmanuel Forbes. But guys, I was looking back at old games this last couple of days. From what I went through, I didn't go through every single play. I got to save my brain power to watch college guys and film on them. I counted it maybe 5 times they went full man-to-man the whole field. That is unacceptable for a championship defense this past year. So to everyone's point of like, what are they doing? What are they going to bring? If you still have those questions, the man-to-man, the blitzing that the Rams didn't do, the disguises. So, I mean, watching the film, was it frustrating for you to see last year it'd be just heavy zone, match zone, a lot of cover 6, a lot of cover 3, and no man-to-man, no blitzing? I mean, your thoughts, because it bothered me for the last like 2 months of the year, man.
Yeah, so I say cover 3 just as a generalization. You're absolutely right. Cover 6, some people call it quarter, half.
Yeah, quarter,
cover 8 is a variation as well.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't always stay that way because there's rules. It's the same as offense. Like, I think a lot of fans are more used to like a receiver mixing it up, like an option. It's like an option route on defense. Whereas Puka Nacua, maybe he has a slant, but if he sees a linebacker sit, now it turns into a drag instead, or it turns into a sit.
Yeah.
They work on that quarterback to wide receiver to OC.
Yeah.
On defense, it's the same thing. Maybe the call was, all right, if it's, you're by yourself in a trips situation, you're all by yourself on this side of the field with this one receiver. We called cover 6, but if that guy runs, deep or he goes inside, you're now in man-to-man. You're matched. You're matched up with him. They'll call it match coverage. Or they call it sticky. Like, you're sticking with that guy no matter what. Everyone else has got their rule. Yeah.
Real quick, Tuna, not to interject, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but the Rams screwed that up a ton this year as well. They couldn't even run match zone a good amount. I mean, real quick, think about the 2-point conversion that lost this Thursday night game. Omar Spades did this twice, by the way. That game where he played man-to-man when it was cover 6 match zone, he screwed up, left the tight end wide open that scored the game-winning 2-pointer on Thursday night. Then he did it against the Carolina Panthers in the regular season game where Coker ended up being wide open to ice the game, where everyone was like, what the hell was that? He did the same thing. So, like, the secondary, even the match zone stuff was still out of whack. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That just brain blasted me.
No, you're right. You're right, and it all ties in together. And I won't say their name on stream, but like I saw somebody comment about Forbes too, like for how Forbes was a mess after week 11. There's a lot of reasons for that. A little bit of Quentin Lake, a little bit of Akello, a little bit of those restrictions. Where all right, we're banking on Forbes and Akello and Darius to be our starters. Like it's a gamble. They are confident in that gamble, but then once one guy goes down, another guy goes down. You start taking bullets out of your gun where you're like, all right, I only got like 3 shots I can take, and that's these different coverages in zone. Yeah. Add in the fact that they don't have the athleticism to blitz from depth to really disguise things from the linebacker position. Like you're kind of calling defenses with your hand tied behind your back. But back with the match coverage, they were getting picked apart by like Sam Darnold in the NFC Championship game because of that. Like everyone kind of knew their rules. I said it back in week 5. The blueprint to beat the Rams defense was written by Mac Jones. Like Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne tore him apart because they figured out, like they figured out what the disguises were, what their rules were, and just get the ball off quick and run the ball a bunch and just stay consistent with it. Like don't get risky like Daniel Jones, just start chucking it deep. Yeah, you're going to get in trouble doing that because that's where the strength is, the safeties. I think the ability to start playing more man and to be able to actually like do things on the fly. Like, okay, cool. You called match. Now I'm in man. That's where McDuffie comes into play, where it doesn't matter if he's outside or in the slot. If he's got to go man to man with somebody, like go put on the tape. Like he's around the ball. He's aggressive. He is like, I hate when people use that term. He's a little pit bull. He literally is. He's constantly in someone's grill and he's super physical.
He is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to work, everyone. Whether he wants to be matched up on the outside, which he's good at, whether you think he's better in the slot, or he's not big nickel, he would be a regular nickel star. Big nickel is more for safeties. If you ever hear that word from us or anyone else, big nickel is like, a safety coming down to play slot corner, which Quinn Lake does. Whether, it can't be like how the Rams did it this last season, everyone, where Quinn Lake, no matter who lines up in the slot at receiver, he has to guard him. It's a mismatch. I love Quinn Lake, but he's not this fast guy to keep up with these number one receivers. It's a mismatch. It just is. And that's not even hating on him. That's just the reality. McDuffie can handle that better, which is what we want. It's okay. Then you can, like your point, the chess pieces. Maybe Quinn Lake blitzes, which we didn't see a lot of. When he did, it worked. Shocker. Or anyone else, right? So it's going to work out, everyone. If it doesn't, I will be 1,000% shocked if Jalen Watson and Trey McDuffie, these trade and signings, aren't absolute slam dunks with their ability to be versatile, physical tackling, and then coverage and man and ability and all that. So it's going to be a good time, everyone. And then, I mean, shout out to this tweet earlier from, or I guess tweet from Holden Cantor. Shout out to him, super fan, always helping out the fan base and always having fun stuff to read and react to. He screenshotted Jalen Watson's Instagram, which his handle is Paper Cups on Instagram, Jalen Watson, as if you didn't know, L'Jarius Sneed just got cut from Tennessee, who got a big contract recently, which is kind of crazy. Or did they trade for him? I don't remember exactly.
They traded. I believe they traded for him. I think so.
I think that's right. And they gave him a big boy contract. And, Devontae was cooking him last year. I don't think Jalen Watson and McDuffie will get cooked playing as Rams, to be honest about it. But it's funny. Well, hey, he gives the smirk emoji, tagging L'Jarius Sneed on Instagram saying, hey, man, maybe you want to come back and win a championship here with us out here in LA, which, look, is that likely to happen? Probably not. Would I welcome it for the right price?
I don't know.
Because who's the depth right now, Tuna? Obviously, we're early in the free agency still. And yes, Emmanuel Forbes is now cornerback 3, the main backup behind our 2 newly signed guys. But we still need more guys. And I don't know if L'Jarius Sneed would want to be that. But you never know. So shout out to the Rams recruiting barely a couple days into the new league year from Jalen Watson, right? already trying to get other guys to be Rams. That's cool.
They hit LAX and like, oh, there's nice out here. Like Kansas City. That damn. Bro, come out here. I say why not? It's hard to. I mean, Tennessee is going to eat some of that cap anyways. It is helping them out a little bit. Yeah. You know, if you want to eat 1 year flyer, like, hey, just come in the rotation and we'll just create the Los Angeles Chiefs. That's fine. We'll do that.
It's good. I look at like me and Tuna and Joe and Rams House, Peo, Mark, Jake, whoever else I'm blanking on, apologies. We've all said it, everyone. When you're bringing in Super Bowl champions who have been there, done that, played in the biggest games on planet Earth for NFL football, played in the most pressurized moments in those Super Bowl conference championship games, and were great in them, you want that in your building. And I'm glad the Rams are bringing in not just these two corners, but shout out to Joe Cardona, the long snapper, multi-time champion with the Patriots long snapping. We're bringing in a special teams ace from the Lions. Obviously, no championship with him, at least to the top of my knowledge. I may be wrong on that. I don't think I am. They're addressing everything we want. We want the maturity. We want the championship pedigree. And we want guys that are no nonsense. We got champions. We got Navy guys, literally. And then we got special teams aces. I mean, what a time to live in, everyone, in the Rams world. So we hope they continue to recruit. We hope they continue to just kick ass, dude. But everyone who's worried, I think it's going to work out. And shout out to Jimmy again with a super. You know, do we sign Snead? May as well get all the Casey boys. Yeah, like we said, at right price. Why the hell not? But again, I don't think Legarius would want that. But you never know. You never know.
Sometimes just need a reset, man. He didn't have the greatest year in Tennessee, but I mean, who did? Honestly, it was a rebuild year for a reason. That's why I got a new head coach. So you never know. I would not be surprised.
I know it's crazy, man. Just how many of these free agent contracts for guys just like hardly work out, man. Long term. I mean, even our own guys. Let's be honest about it. Ogletree, Gurley, Brandon Cooks, Michael Brockers, Cooper Kupp's extension, Robert Woods. I mean, it's just for one reason or another. It just seems like any veteran extension, at least for the last couple of years, just doesn't work out. But that's the NFL, everyone. Not for long. And we're in the here and now. I think it'll work out in this not for long league. But I think before we move on to a different subject, I got to pick your brain about. We got a comment here from Rams House. Shout out to him, always commenting. And again, if you're new here to our streams, our channels, make sure you check out Rams House. Just how much better is our pass rush with McDuffie and Watson? I mean, infinitely better. It's not even a question.
It helps so much. Everything ties together, man. It's hard to, you know, the casual fan, the not these guys in the chat. This chat is super fans and they know football better than most Rams fans. They just see pass rush. They're like, oh, just win your rush. Come on, do better. Run faster. It all works together. If the offensive line knows, hey, I just got to hold up for 2.5 seconds, and we're just going to move down the field on these guys. You're negating a pass rush. You're going to get home sometimes because that's just football. It's a game of inches. But you add in guys like Watson and McDuffie, it does get way better. You move the needle for these guys where Byron Young now does he look like a 1B? Or does he show like, I know you give me a good defense and I can be Batman. I can get myself $30 million plus per year. So that's secondary like that can make a lot of money for edge rushers.
Yeah, absolutely, everyone. And again, with the man-to-man ability, there should be more time theoretically for these edge rushers, for the D-line, the pass rush, whoever's out there, even blitzes, for them to get home. And fingers crossed, Chris Shula does a good job getting that all, schemed up with Jimmy Lake, the pass game coordinator, and everyone else on that defensive staff. So I think they'll have good ideas. And then shout out to, let me get this comment here. Modib says, you should have a super group of Rams commentators. He says Ram a lot. I like that. That's nice. And the Moody Knights of the Rams table. I like that one a lot. That one's funny.
Modib's a goat, man.
I think Jake Ellenbogen, what did he call us? I think the Illuminati, like the Illuminati, but that was funny.
I've never heard that.
All the Rams content people. So we'll figure something out, everyone, to call us. But that's a fun right there. Knights of the Rams table. We got Luma Rami from Jake Ellenbogen. We got the Ram a lot. All these are fun. If you have any other funny ideas, I'll read them in the comments too. Shout out to Jimmy, another super on this. We need to upgrade at inside linebacker. Lineman, got paid and he vanished. But I think just the whole defensive scheme got figured out, Tuna. And I just feel like people got worn down. It feels like physically as well. But we'll see this time around, right? Do they make an upgrade at inside linebacker? Maybe not Nate Landman because they paid him, but you never know. They could bail on him at any time like they have in the past. Ogletree, other guys.
Bobby Wagner.
Well, yeah, Wagner. Geez, I forgot about him. Bobby Wagner. There's so many guys. What do you think about inside linebacker? We'll address this comment. Do you think an upgrade is needed? And if so, why and how could it be improved? I'll share my thoughts after you.
I would love to see it. That's the one spot I think is prime for a rookie, like a very talented rookie that you want to put like actual resources in to develop. Omar Spates, I think this is his third season now. I think he showed you his limitations. Like there's some things physically he can't do.
Yeah.
He's got straight line speed, but with tackles, misses, changing direction, not his best thing. A little bit, as a group, the linebacker group is kind of vulnerable to the pass.
It is. It's true.
The dream is, man, you hope Sonny Styles speaks in tongue and struggles with his in-person interviews and he falls to 13 because that's a generational type guy. Other ones, I think Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas, you can get him to second or third round. Yeah, that's a guy that is just pure athlete. You need a rangy guy to just, all right, Landman is your lane filler, your steady captain. I want a wild card. We keep talking about pick 13. Is it offense? Is it defense? I want a wild card. I just want a guy that at any point, even if he's not consistent through the entire year, the entire team will be consistent. I want one guy that in a given play can just say, I am better than you, and I'm going to make a play because I'm better than everyone on the field. A la Jalen Carter against us 2 years ago. Yeah. Nick Emenwuri a bunch last year. Yeah. I need a guy who's just the best damn player on the field.
Yeah.
Problems or not, I don't care about the attitudes. I don't care about the personality. They come to LA, they're going to fit in. Go get Sonny Styles. I love that. I think
I got to look at more of his film, but I mean, there's no doubt his combine sub was holy shit, And hey, Rams, I think they formally met with Josiah Trotter, right? The son of Jeremiah Trotter Sr.
Yeah, I love that.
Right? So, I mean, they have some interest in inside linebacker. We know Omar Spates is an undrafted guy who has done well, but, I shit on him earlier for his big mistakes that lost games, which is warranted. The film don't lie. So that Nate Landman's liability and pass coverage, his run stuffing got worse as the year goes on, but he wasn't a bad player, wasn't poor or anything like that. But we expect more of what we saw earlier in the year. But hey, another year in the system, better players overall on defense, Watson, McDuffie, and Curl coming back, and hopefully Kitchens and others will continue to improve on their rookie deals. An upgrade, sure. Sonny Styles, again, I got to look at his film, and I'll take your word on it. You're an all-22 guy. I mean, if the Rams got him, that would be, I think, every major hole on defense that we were worried about would be filled. Probably it would. So, in a timeline we may be living in, or maybe an alternate timeline after the draft, we'll look back and say, Sonny Styles is great or would have been great. But to your point there, Jimmy, about upgrade on inside linebacker, there's no doubt about it. I mean, let's be honest. Every position on this team, maybe other than Matthew Stafford and maybe other than Kevin Dotson, could be upgraded theoretically, right? We're just being real, right? Who gets better than them two at their respective positions, guard and then quarterback, MVP quarterback. So good comment there. And then we'll see what happens. A lot could happen from now until the draft. And even after the draft, you never know what goes down. Maybe Sean Dolak comes out of nowhere and is an absolute monster. And then,
Troy Reader.
Yeah, well, I think with Stewart coming from the Lions, I hope those days are done. To be honest with you, they paid him to be the special teams ace. So
I got a theory to piss off Rams fans. The signing of Stewart shows that Reader is ready to step up and play defense again.
Well, look at man, Chris Shula loves him. I mean, I remember I put that tweet out where I was like, "Yeah, Troy Reader's gonna be the starter." Everyone, that's happening. I didn't have any inside info. I just read between the tea leaves, and I was like, yeah, he's starting, and everyone freaked out. And then 2 days later, they're like, yeah, Troy's got the green dot. And then, so, I mean, they love him. He was on vacation with Sean this last month or so. So, they're homies. That's a big deal. Let's be real about it, right? Who you know, to the point with Brian Johnson, A.J. Brown, Jimmy Lake, Trent McDuffie. The coaching staff likes Troy. They love Troy. They kick it with Troy for vacations. So, don't be shocked if he's back. I'm not trying to hate on Super Bowl champion Troy Reader, who made some fun plays in the playoffs that year. But no, I get it, Tremaine. Hell no. I understand. I understand.
Also,
And
also, I see your comment. I see your super chat, Jimmy's Place. Yeah, you don't bring that to other people's channels too. I see that he's convinced. I don't know where he's getting this from. I'm industry plant. If I'm a plant, I need a better agent. I need Jimmy to be my agent because I'm not getting paid a damn thing, and I need to get paid.
yeah. So I mean, hey, we'll see what happens, everyone. We'll see what happens with that. But guys, we appreciate everyone tuning in. But selfishly, I gotta pick Tuna's brain about uniform stuff, and we'll start with not our own team. I'll get his thoughts on that after. But your thoughts on the Houston Oilers? Oh, sorry, the Tennessee Titans new uniforms. Again, I ain't trying to throw shade because I like the Oilers uniforms. I mean, look, it's fun. I enjoy this type of stuff. Maybe you care, maybe you don't. But like, do you like them? Do you think like, hey, we're glad to see the kind of weird navy kind of panel light blue stuff gone? I just gotta ask you, girl, because I'm a uniform junkie.
Love the uniform. I hate the logo. I think they could have just left the logo as
Yeah.
is. I don't know why people hate the flames. That's just, I think of Frank Wycheck. I think of Steve McNair. I think of that Super Bowl against them. Like that's their logo, man. They could have done a rebrand without changing the logo. The logo looks passive. Just the simplistic circle. I hate the minimalist look that is kind of running in marketing right now.
Yeah.
But I think these are fire. Like if I'm a Titans fan, I'm banging down the door to get my stitched Cam Ward jersey. I expect that to be like top of charts, like highest selling over the next few months.
Yeah.
It does give a little bit of vibe, like because it's really, somebody even mentioned it here, it's kind of close to Dolphins. So I think it needed maybe like a little bit of navy somewhere, but you can't go wrong with powder blue.
Yeah,
it's so hard. It's so hard not to.
Yeah, it's nice. I will say this though, selfishly, I wish they had the red face mask. Look, if you're gonna go all in on the Houston color scheme, the Oilers color scheme, whatever. Look, I get it. I know Houston fans from the area, from the state of Texas, are pissy about that. I get it, but hey, that team moved to Tennessee. They were the Tennessee Oilers for like 2 years or something like that, if my memory's right. And then they went the full Titans with the T logo with the flames that, to be honest, a lot of people didn't like either back then and kind of still didn't like. So I agree with your minimalistic thought about the primary logo. I think they should have kept the sword aspect. I kind of like that. Like on the first like Steve McNair version where they had the sword with the Tennessee 3 stars. I kind of like that logo. I wish they would have kept that to some capacity. But aside from that, I mean, guys, on my bootleg edit here, a red face mask would have been fire. And for them to not do that, I thought was a mistake. Why do I think that? Okay, let's go back to the original as I geek out here. Look at the all-white uniform. Tuna, everyone, does that not look like the Miami Dolphins home uniform they wear all the time?
Yeah, literally. Somebody else said it in the comments too. Yeah.
Literally. And I put a tweet out when they released it. I was like, hey, the home and like the away with the blue pants, cool. But the all white, I swear, if I didn't know that was Tennessee's and you cut out, was that Jeffrey Simmons and Cam Ward on the left, I would swear that's somebody on Jalen Waddle wearing 17 for the Miami Dolphins.
And Malik Willis on the Dolphins.
Yeah, straight up. So I thought, man, they should have just said, screw it, man. Who cares if the Houston Texans owners and the fan gets mad? It's like, we're going to do what looks best. Guys, they should have had the red face mask. It would have been a lead. That would have made them not look like Miami Dolphins from afar. But look, the uniforms are clean. I know people are pissy about the guitar string kind of stripe. They have like the 6 strings, Music City with Tennessee. People get all pissy about that. Other than that, I wish red face mask. But I think these are solid. I mean, a big upgrade for sure, right?
No, this is a definite upgrade. Last year just kind of felt like the old Create Team templates they used to have in like Madden 01, Madden 02. Like you get to play as the Tribune Sharks. Like they look like a generic jersey that I hated. I mean, they could. What frustrates me is teams when they do these changes. Like I get it's probably frustrating to change it once you get fan feedback, but listen to fan feedback. It's worth it. Go file that paperwork. Be like, all right, we got one more edit to make. Who cares if you did the rollout? If you were on the fence as ownership with the red face masks, you can still do it. Like you can do what you want. You're an NFL team. This isn't this isn't like a government thing where it's like, no, we already issued them. We're sorry, guys. The budget's closed. Like just change the face mask. It's okay.
Yeah. So I mean, look at the all white helmet. right? Hey, shout out to Ram Showcase. This is Joe right here, come pulling in.
Hey,
Nice.
hey, Joe. This is not your visitation hours.
Shout out to Joe Bags on the Sheriff and the Tuna collaboration pod episodes. They'll have some fun stuff coming out every week as well, and future things I'm sure that you guys will enjoy.
We'll be on in an hour on my channel.
There you go. Nice. There you go. So every team should have a different color, he says. Face mask, then the base color of the helmets. Rams should be yellow. I think Rams all blue works for me. I just think because, like I pointed out, it looks like the Miami Dolphins, everyone. I'll go back to the original photo. The all white. Like they needed something to not look like the Miami Dolphins modern uniforms they currently wear. But whatever, I'm being nitpicky. I mean, I wish someone would hire me to come on, Nike, give me a call. We'll get everyone's uniforms in order, every single team. We'll go through them. We'll make sure everyone's looking A+. But
there's times where I'm like, dude, I don't know. I can't dress my girlfriend dresses me half the time, and I feel like I could select better things than some of the Nike creators do. It's ridiculous sometimes.
No, I get it. And look at Joe, I get it. I disagree with the Dolphins relation. They are different colors, but I think from afar from that one photo, it just the same kind of like, I know it's aqua, whatever color they want to call for the Dolphins, but it just looks like it. It just from far away, it just does to me. Yeah. It just does. But I mean, oh well. I mean, it's a big upgrade from that weird. Again, I'm not big on the silver or gray face mask colors. I'm glad Atlanta's going to ditch that this upcoming month. Glad Tennessee ditched it. But look, they could be like the Browns, everyone, for all you uniform nerds like me, where they could change. Like the Cleveland Browns went from the brown face mask, like an all brown helmet, and then they brought back the classic white, which is so much better. So good on them for getting that right. At least they can get their uniforms together. But I mean, all right, Tuna. I've heard your comments about the logos and uniform change, and I am more obsessed than you are, clearly. But let me ask you this. What is your top 3 Rams uniform combinations, no matter the era? If you said the Rams can only wear these 3 uniforms for forever and ever, what are you choosing? Let me hear it.
Home. I wish the home ones were the original Coliseum, blue and yellows. It just, I don't know. I just imagine SoFi decked out with those like OG.
What decade are we talking about? What decade are we talking about?
I'm terrible with the decades. Literally right behind your head on the backdrop. That guy right there with the blue and yellow right there. Everything connected. OG blue and yellow. Yeah. I want that for home. I love the current white ones. I love the modern throwback, they call them.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if popular, unpopular. I love rivalries. Like I think every team deserves a black iteration. I know not everyone loves black everything. I do. As a someone who tries to look semi-stylish when I go outside.
Yeah.
The shade of blue for the Rams is hard to style with everything. Black, man, you can that midnight jersey, dude, you can wear that out. That thing is so pretty. I love it so much.
Look at as someone, and I've said this multiple times, everyone who's tuned in and will watch later, everyone knows my thoughts on uniforms and my obsession. For good reason, damn it. We got to look good out there. And I think we will in the next month or so. I mean, look at, I just think the Rams botching the 2020 rebrand with the name tag patch, the gradient numbers, the kind of half like St. Louis arch shoulder design. I was like, what's going on? I had never, unless it was a gift, bought a Fanatics Nike New Jersey since. I had gotten gifts. I had gotten them. I usually go to, shout out to Throwback Joe, if anyone who knows who that is, who does custom classic looking Rams gear. You can YouTube YouTube, Instagram, and you'll find his website if you want.
Throwback Joe. Yeah.
Throwback Joe. If you want custom, really good. So I have a lot of that. And the Nike rivalries, which is what you're talking about, that's the first one I ever bought of the modern stuff since 2020. Why? Because it finally has a damn shoulder horn that I'm thinking that's a Rams jersey. I'm not even kidding. No name tag patch. It has a legit shoulder horn. And you're like, oh, that's a Rams jersey. Not even a debate. And so, Tuna, let me ask you this. What is your hope for the new uniforms that are coming out within the next month? Like, it'll be before the draft, everyone, whatever the primary is going to be. Are you hoping it's going to be like my bootleg edits, right? Maybe not the old number font, but full shoulder horn, just proper blue and yellow colors like the Nike Midnight Black uniform? Or this will be a better look of Trent McDuffie here. I mean, if they did this, everyone, did the proper Ram soul color, right? Where it's not the brighter highlighter yellow that we see sometimes. We're like, what is that? A little bit darker yellow, maybe a little bit darker Rams royal blue. Guys, if they did this, I would love it. What are you hoping for? Are you hoping for this, or are you hoping for something completely new in general? What do you think, Tuna?
I just want mine asks are simple. We're like pretty close to this. Like just copy this modern throwback. Make it a horn. Do like just get rid of gradient numbers. I'm simple, man. Like just make it blue and yellow. The gradient stuff. I don't need a sunset. Like there's too much smog to see a perfect sunset in LA anytime, anyways, unless you're on the beach. Like just go solid colors. And I think there's been some rumors coming out here and there. I think the rumors might be like close to true. But I think where they're coming from, like they're peeking under the wrong covers, because the solid logo colors, those have existed. We're just asking.
They have,
primary.
Yeah.
Like I have a hat right now with just a pure yellow logo.
No,
it's not new, but just please use that as a primary. That'd be awesome. I'd love.
Yeah, I think for my head canon is that, hey, we're getting away from gradient and completely, so then the uniforms can quote unquote reflect that, which is getting rid of the gradient number, the gradient pant stripe on the blue. It's let's just get all that. Let's just have the same template. Literally, everyone use the Nike Rivalries template, which is, if you're on YouTube, you can see this white version that I bootlegged, edited off Franco's original blue jersey edit. It took me some time on Photoshop, Adobe, and all that. If they did this again, no numbers on the shoulder pad, it would be again the same exact as the Nike Rivalries, but just the proper blue, yellow, and white colors. This would be a slam dunk. No one can talk shit. Even the OGs who don't like the modern stuff, you can't even talk shit about it. I know you don't like the broken horn, and it still is not my favorite, but this would be a great jersey, whether it be this white, the blue, maybe they do an alternate yellow, which would be my preference over the bone, which I hate the bone. That's a different story. I'm glad they're ditching that. And then maybe, rumor is on the street that they will have some type of throwback released later, closer to training camp, which is when alternate uniforms come out anyway. Because, hey, it's the 75th anniversary for the 1951 championship that won a championship, right, before Super Bowls happened. I think it'd be the 90th anniversary for the team historically. So I think there's a throwback coming, like a legitimate 60s white, maybe 50s yellow, if I had to guess. But what do I know? We're just hoping and guessing. But I just had to ask you about uniform and logos.
I mean, all that stuff is like rooted in that is more rooted in reality than just, oh, hey, I have sources for merchandising. Even though that draft hat, I think that draft hat leak is like the real draft hat.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
But I think multiple things are true. I think that's just the draft hat. Nike has, every team has to do this weird, lame stuff for the draft that's not like what they're going to get for the regular season and sideline gear. Very different. Yeah. But what I will say is my rant, like I hate Fanatics. That's a whole other conversation.
That's what I know. They have a lot of issues, man. Shoot.
But if for some reason anybody in the Rams organization, in the graphic department, in the laundry room, whatever it is, please, for once, talk to your bosses. Go talk to real fans. Go get test groups from these diehards. Like, don't stop listening to just your focus groups. That's going to cater to like just the luxury box owners. Go talk to the locals. Go look at what they're wearing. Go look at what's fashionable right now. Yeah. Like, go out on a Sunday to Smorgasburg in LA and just like look at what people are wearing. Like, straight up, like that. None of that stuff matches what the current jersey is until the midnight one. Like the midnight one, it's fashionable. You got to match fashionable in LA. Keep it simple.
And it looks like a Rams jersey. Like the modern stuff we've had since 2020, people confuse it for Chargers shit. Let's be honest. And that's maybe why they had to throw a name tag saying Rams on all the uniforms, which thank God, hope, fingers crossed that's gone. My goodness, please, Kevin. Jimmy says, yeah, Demoff needs to be taking off uniform style designs. And look, I do think Fanatics and Nike had a big say in it. Like, I know we rag on Kevin, and Kevin, look, thanks for him always, hey, being active on Twitter X. I add him a bunch of uniform stuff over the years. I'm sure I'll send him a DM after the new real uniforms. I'll be like, hey, thanks for dealing with my shit for 5 years. And he always jokes, like everyone always wants to talk to him about uniforms. If I had to guess, I think for this upcoming one, which they figured out a year ago, everyone, this had to be done in 2025 of March before this out now in April, a year and some change later. I think they made all the proper decisions to have a legitimately nice modern Rams uniform. Whether it's the all yellow with the proper Rams soul, whether it's Rams Royal, the midnight with the yellow. If they do this, everyone, if you're on YouTube, I will be satisfied and I won't bitch and complain about the modern stuff anymore. And I try to be not so bitchy about it.
I wish teams could just have infinite combinations with like college. Like I hate
Yeah.
the limiting rules.
Yeah.
And then the one wish I have, can we wear you rivalries twice a year? Like pick your team. If it's the Niners, home and away, like whatever it is, like
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Pick 2 games, wear it. And if the Rams are gonna wear black, have it be a fucking night game, please.
I know, man. So I mean, we'll see how much they bend and break. It feels like they won't bend for those rules until every team gets their rivalries uniform. I think we're still another 3 seasons before every team has one, right? I think they're doing like 2 divisions, or maybe a couple years away. I don't know exactly, but yeah, everyone. I mean, shout out to Ray. He's saying, hope these are our logos going forward. If I had to bet some money on it based on rumors and other kind of tidbits of information, it feels like these will be the logos, whether maybe the Rams has white or blue or whatever, hopefully soul yellow. I hope that's the case. And, my obsession with Rams looking good, right? I want my Rams to look good. I want to buy jerseys, everyone. So I think I will, based on all the good news that has been coming out and the leaks and other info, and I guess my mock-ups that gets people excited and myself excited watching them. So I mean, hey, one more time for shits and giggles, right? AJ Brown in the modern, right? Trent McDuffie in the modern.
You're just proud of that AJ Brown edit.
So like, wouldn't that look lovely, everyone? No gradient, proper shoulder horn. I think so. So we'll see. And then shout out to Joe. The throwback Rams head has to be left in the past. There's no modern energy to that at all. Don't fit our current style. I get it, but to my point though, Joe, 75th anniversary for the 1951 championship team. That again, first team to win a professional championship in the city of LA before Dodgers, before Lakers, Kings, whoever else you could think of. I think there's that in play, and then the 90th anniversary of the franchise itself this upcoming year. I do think they're going to do something which, hey, look at the modern. That'll please people that don't care. They're indifferent. People that want upgrades like me to the modern, and then a throwback for the OG so everyone could have whatever they desire. And we'll see what happens.
I did want to, not to completely change topics, but Manuel Carrera had a comment at 452 for you. And it's such a deep cut, and I think it's hilarious. I tried commenting him in the chat, but if you're still listening, Manuel, Eric Hunter is a baller. Morgan State. I love my HBCU guys. You guys, if you follow me, you know I do HBCU every single year. I work closely with Rashida Liberty and her team. Eric Hunter's coming on our podcast this month. So it's like really random that he pointed him out. And I was like, oh, actually, yeah, I am going to talk to him. So that was a really cool deep cut from him. That guy knows ball.
Respect to that comment. I must have missed that in the comments. They're going fast here, everyone. I'm trying to catch it as we go, but make sure don't miss any supers. Hey, shout out to Jimmy shooting the supers to us this whole episode, man, and everyone else that commented. Again, I try to get to as many as possible that were flowing in here, but I mean, yeah, Tuna, a lot to be happy about. Team, uniform hopes, trades, FM picks. Bring in a bunch of superstars.
Life is good as a Rams fan. Life is good.
Look, the dark days of St. Louis were dark. Shout out to my parents. They lived the early LA glory days, 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s were a little rough. And then a lot of people's feelings were hurt. 2000s was good for a small fragment, right? Mark Bulger had a couple good years with that crew, and then disaster my entire life almost, and your entire life too, Tuna, for the majority of it, of Rams football. People say this is the golden age of Rams football.
It is.
It's hard to disagree with that. It feels that way, right? And we'll see.
It's been longer for me because I argue it is impressive to go 7-9 for multiple years in a row. Like, I'm sorry, Jeff Fisher, man, that's impressive. Yeah. It's impressive.
It is impressive. So, I mean, hey, everyone, hopefully we get everything we want in the rest of free agency. Hopefully we get what we want in potential trades, if it makes sense, right? Let's do the right thing, Rams leadership, for AJ Brown, if that happens, or any other player we can't think of right now. Trade ups in the draft, trade downs. We believe in this Rams leadership. Kroenke family, Tony Pastores, Kevin Demoff, Sean McVay, Les Snead, and everyone else that's a part of their groups. We got our act together, and who else in the league could say that? Not many, as I can't even think of another squad where there's that many important people all on the same page. And Hopefully uniforms are a part of that.
That's the
Hopefully
last
they are.
missing piece. Like just tie in the uniforms and we'll be all right. We'll be all
Yeah,
right.
and before we get out of here, last minute, a 3-pointer from deep. Shout out again, Jimmy. Again, Rams versus Chargers in SoFi for Super Bowl. Not impossible. Not impossible at all. A lot of things got to go right. I mean, I think Chargers got to make some upgrades significantly for depth. Hopefully, the linemen are healed with their knee injuries and issues. Maybe some more talent wide receiver, maybe the draft. Who knows? I mean, Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, they're going to be good. That's just his style. McDaniel, not the coach there. Not impossible, but likely. I give it percentage. I don't know. 10% likely that happens, but it'd be fun. I don't know.
They're not favorites at all.
Yeah.
My last thing I'll say is I've said it on our show. I need to see how they draft and everything, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans are in the playoffs. And then once you're in the playoffs, it's anyone's game at that point.
Yeah. But I mean, there's always going to be the teams who make the tournament and then have a disastrous season and don't make it the next. Teams that were disastrous, Patriots before, got to the damn Super Bowl. They got a lot lucky, but hey, their defense played good football. So, I mean, hey, you never know. We hope the Rams aren't part of that group where they fall out of it. I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll see what happens, everyone. But hey, we appreciate everyone tuning in to this collaboration stream between me, Ian, Tuna, First and Tuna, Rams Up. And we'll do many more of this, everyone. We'll try to get the Illumarami, the Knights of the Rams table. That was a funny one I liked. And everyone else who's down to get together throughout the offseason, throughout this draft time, free agency, et cetera, et cetera. Shout out to Peo. Shout out to Showcase Joe. Shout out to Rams House. Everyone else who's tuning in will comment later at a later time. We'll do more of this. There's no reason not to, man. We're a small community in the Rams world for content creators, whether they're YouTube guys, TikTok, like Ashton, I think, or I'm getting names mixed up here. Superfan, apologies if I am. All the guys at Instagram only, TikTok only, Twitter X only. We're not this giant 1,000+ people like other fan bases in the NFL. Support everyone, like their videos, like their content, subscribe, share it. The fan base is growing, everyone. Tuna's here in LA. I'm here in LA. We see it every day. The young kids are growing up with it. More adults are repping blue and yellow. And you guys tuning in, sharing all the goods. It helps that too. So we appreciate everyone doing their part for Rams football here in LA, you know?
Absolutely. And if you guys are bored and you want more Rams content, Ian's going home, but me and Joe are live in 45 minutes. We got another stream to do. And then I will be, I believe we are doing it still. Brock Vieira, Rams on SI. He's got a podcast tonight, and I think we're gonna go live at like 8 or 9 p.m. tonight. So
shout out to Brock. He's got good stuff, man. Follow him on Twitter X and look at his Sports Illustrated articles. Right, I'm getting that right. That's
it was his first year on the beat. I met him at training camp, dude. Like, you know how there's some publications that are like, not really Rams fans, or like they'll kind of do hit pieces. He puts his heart into it.
No, he's good. I like him.
He does good stuff. Asks good questions. He's not out there to like ruin shit. So got a lot of respect for Brock.
Respect to Brock. Respect to everyone. And again, supporting Rams content. And again, everyone, we tip our cap to you supporting Rams blue and yellow. And always, you got to rep it loud, rep it proud. And I mean, hey, man, always throw up the damn horns no matter where you are. And you know what to say. Go Rams, baby. Let's go
Rams.